Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dream Team Collective from Listening to Smile. This is an assortment of practitioners that are doing amazing things in the world that we are lucky enough to know that get to work with us monthly on our frequency-minded music albums.
So just real quick, this is Ian. I'm Fallon. We have Angel living here, Pam McDonald, and Will Brown, and we wanted to just take a couple of minutes to really talk to you about this exciting album called Devoted Return. Ian, can you kick us off on what this album is about?
Yeah, so each month for the last 10 years, we've put out an album that is frequency-minded or sacred frequency music. And then we're combining services with all of these practitioners from angelic channels, universal channels to human design, gene keys, what we call the combination, Pam, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's quantum design, right? Quantum human design, which is the kind of merging of the gene keys and human design elements. And then Angel, who is an astrologer, artist, and just all kinds of really cool stuff. And she's helping us with contributions with kind of the astrological energies that are coming in for each month. And so Fallon and I sit down with all the information and we start cultivating artwork and music that is matching these collective energies. And so that's what this is. The Devoted Return is the September album from Listening to Smile, and it's the culmination of all these energies coming together.
So part of what you get when you purchase the album is our expanded experience PDF with all of the goodies from the Dream Team, information about the track listing, right? Track titles, certain frequencies that are used per track, tons of resources that Ian has linked in, hidden links from the Dream Team here of just different aspects of their life that they want to highlight. Resources might be a free album that you can find in there if you give it some exploration, or maybe it's a certain podcast or something for free, books, anything could be in this expanded experience PDF. And we want it to be super interactive. It's a combination of the music, art, creativity, and with the Dream Team and their gifts, it just adds an additional layer. So you get that PDF, you get all the tracks, and then you also get, did you mention the vault tapes?
No.
You mentioned them?
Yeah, so the vault tapes are kind of like a behind the music, if you are familiar with that program. But basically, it's really showcasing like what each song is about, what the frequencies are. It's a deeper dive into that, and it's also all the practitioners, bringing a contribution of something. It's like letting you see behind the curtain, something a little bit deeper. And so the people who are connecting with the music and want to get more in depth, it's just something that's really, really awesome. I always found it awesome, and I always bring up Tom Petty, but like people love Tom Petty music, and then if you watch the behind the music or one of the documentaries and then listen to the music, your experience is much more enriched, and you're much more excited because you actually know where these songs came from, the struggle that it went into getting that album put out, and you're just listening in a different way. And that's what we're trying to do with the information of the month, as well as the frequencies and all of the intentionality behind the album, so that this is a mini universe of art, music, poetry, movies, books, links to information that you can just dive into and use as a resource for years to come. So
awesome. So Angel, would you like to kick us off?
Sure, Fallon. Thank you. So I guess I will just start off. I gotta get the correct title. My favorite thing that I saw on Devoted Return, the album, is the proper use of imagination at the end. And I was so excited by that because September, like what I wrote about was our gifts of spirit, and focusing particularly, of course, on the Virgo archetype because it's September, and the Pisces archetype because it's the opposite. So when we look at one, we always have to look at its polarity. And with Pisces, the highest expression is this transcendent creativity. So it really is the proper use, right, Virgo, of the creative expression that we all have access to. And I just loved the way that that all came together in this album. I feel like it is like September, yes, but also since January and until June of next year, we're in this Pisces Virgo space with the nodes of the moon being there. And we're all really being given an opportunity to explore the heights and the depths of surrender and checking out, of working ourselves to death and finding a way to work for spirit, right? To work in harmony with that. So that's my big contribution in the writing that I did, and also just in the living that I am doing.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm definitely feeling that last month and this month, especially. Those peaks and valleys, are very apparent, And I think like one day you might feel strongly in one direction, and then a couple of days pass, and you're like, nope, that was a fading thought there, passing thought or whatever. But yeah, it's interesting the amount of changes that everyone around me, business, personal, everything that people are going through right now. It's wild.
There's so much more that I talk about in the writing for the whole month, but there are, the planet that builds things is in the place where things get washed away, right? So there's this consistent I'm going to do this thing. Oh, wait, nope, just kidding. And, we're just kind of along for the ride in this. And the more that we can trust that there is a greater plan happening here and we don't have all the details, the better it will go.
Did you want to mention your blessings book, Angel?
Oh, yeah. Thank you for asking. I have this virtual and now in person as of this month gathering called the New Moon Blessing Book. And it's called Birthing Spirit into Matter. And that was very much prompted by the nodes and where they are with Pisces and Virgo. And each month we get together a little before the new moon, and we have a blessing book, which is it's in process right now. Actually, I just created my new one. That big heart behind me is my next blessing book. And so we make this book. It's got crinkly pages. It's a lot of fun, and it's really creative. And we make a wishing page for the new moon that is coming. And we really start to tune into the energy of what this new moon is offering us. And we make a page. We put our wishes on there during the wishing window when it's open. And so people get little reminders of when that is. And then we all share our creative practice together. There's a show and tell. We get together throughout the month, and it's a great way to keep the momentum going. Because, we can do an event like a new moon circle, a full moon circle, whatever, but then what do we do after that? So this has really been designed to keep us all on track and moving toward the mystery with a little bit of creativity.
Thank you. And I think the meditation that you have on the vault tapes is really cool this month as well. And just the added video for the artist. The artist.
Yeah.
Yes, that was really unique and just a cool perspective. So everything is in the PDF if you guys would like to explore that for Angel as well.
Yeah, I kept it short. Take a look.
Pam, would you like to go next?
Sure. Thank you. And I think for me, always the PDF, the vault tapes that we do, and being able to really listen to what the music is about before I ever even listen to it is what sparks, interest for me. But what I bring to the table is the energies of the solar transits through the gates of human design. And human design, I know, Ian, you mentioned gene keys, and yes, gene keys kind of plays a part in it, but the quantum human design is taking that human design blueprint or roadmap and actually putting it to use. And what I've done here for our readers and our listeners is to talk specifically about the different gates that the sun, the earth, and the moon travel through during the month. So there's a longer version that kind of takes you through the weekly type of thing. It gives you an affirmation as well, and an EFT practice if you so choose to do that. And I think, as we've talked about September and this devoted return, the energies for September were around mindset, embodiment, and realignment. And all of those things really seem to fit and come together as devoted return. And a big part of that, excuse me, was the eclipse that we had, too. We had a complete lunar eclipse, which we just experienced yesterday, actually. And then on the 21st, we'll be experiencing a partial solar eclipse. And those eclipses really just amplify the energies that we're moving through. So kind of like Angel alluded to, yeah, one day or at this moment, I'm ready to do this. And oh no, wait a minute, not yet. And you might bounce back and forth with that. But another really important part of what I felt the devoted return is actually reconnecting spirit to the physicality of our human being. And then also just being sure that we are taking good care of the body, that we're treating it as the precious vessel that it is, that carries our soul. And in doing these things, breaking free from old patterns, embracing our life force energy, and taking care of this, what we know as the human body, really all brings us back to spirit and that devoted return to spirit and soul. So yeah, that's kind of where I went with September.
Very cool.
I think what's super unique about the full report, which is linked on your page and in the Dropbox with this album, is the affirmation part and the EFT part for each piece of the month, because it's not just the information and hey, here you go. It's hey, how can we use this practically and implement this? So you can be listening to a track like Our First Dance is the title of a track for this month. It's beautiful. And you could be doing an EFT tapping exercise as well. So it's beautiful how it's not just the listening. It's a very intentional way to make use of this album. So thank you so much for just putting a lot of effort into those things.
Thank you. And I think, like we've all talked before, that each month is really kind of a new experience, and we're bringing something new to the table each month, it seems like. So I think that's another great benefit for our listeners, is that they're going to begin to see some really new stuff, new things come through, new energy come through, new practices to come through. And I think that's exciting.
And I think it's cool too, Pam, what you're doing, because I think a lot of times people will have like an astrology reading or a human design reading, and they get this information that might seem heavy to them in some ways, or, and different practitioners deliver the information a lot differently, the way that their flow is, or bedside manner, or all that kind of stuff. And I've had some friends and different people have readings where they felt real heavy, like, well, this is the way my life is going to be, and I just feel stuck, and it's my chart, it's my design, and I think that a lot of times helping them to see that these points as a guide, and then having some extra things, like here's some things that you could do to work on moving that stagnant energy, and that's why I always enjoy the music with the pairing of these offerings as well. And I think it's really neat to have the information, to have some guidance on ways to move that stagnant, energy, or just, change things up, and to feel more confident and more safe in who they are as an individual. So I think it's cool that all of you guys here are multi-level practitioners. You guys all have a lot of different tools under your belt that you're utilizing and the skills that you're bringing to the monthly albums. And so it's really cool.
Yeah, and that's a good point, Ian. And I would like to just expound on that for just a second to let everybody know that your human design is merely a blueprint and a tool to use. It's just another tool for your tool bag or your medicine bag, whatever you use. And even though we have defined and undefined or open centers and gates and whatnot in that human design, we're still all of the design. We just learn to manage the energies of those particular archetypes a little differently. So yes, some people can get really caught up. This is my design and this is how I have to live and this is all I have to look forward to. No. So Thank you for kind of bringing that to light as well.
And I really relate to that with music. I'll have people say to me all the time, "You're so lucky that you are, have the ability to do this." And I'm like, you do too. You can do this if you want to, right? It's just about you making it a priority and focusing on it. There's very few people who wake up at 4 years old and play Beethoven. You know what I'm saying? They are out there. But the people, if you look at the bigger scale of it, there's a lot more people that work hard to play their instrument and to learn the craft. And so I think it's like, it's life. Everyone has the ability to do whatever it is that they want to do. It's just them believing in themselves to do whatever the thing is, right? So yeah, so I think I'm really big on the not being limited but using it as a tool. So
Will, would you like to share your contribution for this month?
Yeah, so I don't even know where to follow up on all this because boy, everybody else covered everything. I provide a channeling. So just for those that don't know, I'm a trance channel, and for each month I get the premise of the album, the title of the album, and just a little write up of it. I don't spend a lot of time focusing on that. I mainly look at the title and focus on the title, and then drop into that trance, record that information. And for me, as everybody's saying, it's almost we're, straddling two worlds at once, but yet, kind of living both of them at once. And, sliding one side or the other, it's all that. But I will say, we're into September, but my September, devoted return started in August, and I had to kind of put my, I'll say my words into action or my gifts into action, because I've had some setbacks here, at my place where I do all my business. And, sure, I can get tied up in my human, angst of it all, but I have to rely on knowing that this was all purposefully orchestrated for some reason, and you can only see that reason when you step away from it. And so now that I've had some time to look back on it, it was perfectly designed. And so it's going back, that return, right? Return to devotion, devoted return. It's that whole understanding that where are we devoting our time and our spirit. And if we're not able to really walk the walk and talk the talk, then we're just in our humanness. And so, it's really, following through on what we're learning. It doesn't matter whether you've been learning this path for 40 years or learning this path for, 6 months. Whatever you're learning and whatever you're experiencing, that's where your focus should be. And that's where you should fall back to whenever something in your humanness arises. So, whether it's a setback or something that's, upsetting or whatever, fall towards the side of that spirit, that devoted spirit that you're connected to. And that's the energies that I tied into, for this month's channeling for it. And that was my contribution to the album and really, the other albums as well. I love the process. I've known Ian for many years, and to see how he's structuring the newer albums or these albums, it's absolutely amazing to put all of this together. This is something well needed for sure. That's it.
Yeah, cool. Well, yeah, I think what's really neat is that each of, Pam, Will, and Angel, they all have websites that you can go find out more information about them. They have ways to connect with them. A lot of them are offering services or products that you can purchase to go deeper. And I think it's just really neat that in this day and age where a lot of digital music is streaming, we've lost so much. We've lost artwork. We've lost connectivity to the information of the albums. We've lost deeper dives into the artists and just connectivity between the creator and the listener. And what we've done with this PDF and the way that we deliver these albums is we want to connect you with that information again. We want to connect you with that mini universe. Whenever you opened up that vinyl record and there was, fold out panels and you could just keep going deeper into the Yes album or whatever it was, right? So we want to connect those experiences again with you, and we want your feedback, and we would love to share more of this with you in our membership program, where you can get these monthly albums on a regular basis and have connectivity to the community and have support. That's one of the things that I think is really neat about the program, is that not only are you getting all of this to utilize in a commercial setting or personal, and then you're able to then utilize all of this information to then share with your community or your clients. And it's just a resource guide. It's something where it kind of helps to create content and support you in supporting your own community, whether that's online or in in-person gatherings. And it also gives you a way to earn extra revenue and income streams from creating, white label products like a guided meditation or a coaching album, or even hosting events online and in person where you can charge ticket prices and kind of build connectivity. I think that's one of the coolest things about those events, is the networking that takes place, with new people. So yeah, so we just wanted to share a little bit with you guys. And does anyone have anything that they want to add before we wrap up?
No. Good.
No? We're good? Okay, cool. Fal, would you like to say anything before we wrap up?
No, I appreciate everybody's time today. And, audience, please check out this album. It gets released on the 10th, so in 2 days. It's just a beautiful opportunity to see behind the curtain and, what our affiliates receive every month and the gifts that these 3 individuals provide to you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.